Guys, there is fire on the mountain. This case between VDM and the AIG of police is bigger than we thought. This is a scandal. This is war. This is a fight with only one outcome in sight. One of them will fall. Is either Verydarkman is right and the AIG goes down for it, because god damn it, this is a strong allegation. This is a terrible damning allegation. If VDM is correct, the AIG is going down. He is going to prison. But if VDM is wrong, oh boy, Lord have mercy, will this be the end of the cartel? I hope not. The only way this can go away, where these two parties don't go down for this scandal, it's if they meet privately and settle it out of the public. But by the look of things, it doesn't seem as though VDM is ready to back down. VDM is going all the way. He is coming with screenshots, receipts, proof, evidence, timeline. VDM is ready for battle. VDM came guns blazing. And at first, we heard the AIG respond on the network television, saying he's not going to respond to VDM, calling him Verydarkman. He basically just dialed it down. It didn't look like he was bothered by it. Because to be fair, according to him, the case VDM is referencing is in court. And so it's up to the court to see the matter and deal with it. Because to be fair, if a case is in court, it's out of the police hands. However, giving the details of the story or giving the details of the case that VDM is referencing, I think for some reason it's important that someone speaks outside of court, because VDM is saying that a man being accused of killing somebody right now that is dealing with the case in court was framed, and that is a whole different case on its own. VDM is saying that man was framed, and VDM is accusing the AIG of playing a role in framing that man for the murder of two people. So yes, the case is in court according to the AIG, but the details or the claim that the AIG played a role in manipulating it is something that is coming out right now, and it's a whole case on its own, in which if VDM is correct, it basically will store that case in court and maybe affect it somehow, some way. Not only that, it's going to make the police system look like we cannot trust them. It's not going to look good for the Nigerian police. But at the same time, the accusations are strong. And God knows that we, the people, need answers.
Alright, so Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG Moshood Jimoh, you are a very corrupt policeman. I say it with my full chest. You are very, very corrupt. As a matter of fact, you are a threat to the justice system of this country. Now, CP Moshood Jimoh, I'm going to be challenging you with my freedom. Me, Verydarkman, Martins B. Santos, I will challenge you with my freedom. If you can present what I will ask you in this video, I should be charged to court. In short, make them not even judge me, make them go put me for prison.
But for those who don't really know what's going on, I personally don't know about the case, but this is what we could gather. I'm going to just probably read from my phone from what I could understand so far. It's intriguing. If you don't get it, you have to go to VDM's page to follow up. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, VDM. I am panicking for him. I am worried for him. One hand, I don't want to see him go down for this, assuming he is wrong somehow, some way. Or at the same time, if the receipts VDM are presenting are factual and they carry weight and they really implicate the AIG, then it's bad. We really don't want our Assistant Inspector General of Police looking like this. We will start to lose trust in the police. I really hope. For some reason, I am rooting for the both of them to be right somehow, some way, where they both come out of this with no one going down. But unfortunately, a scandal like this, one person must fall. Who is it going to be? So here's the thing. In April of 2023, a man by the name of Sheriff Ishola Salami was murdered. In 2024, August of 2024, another man by the name of Prince Kazeem Ademola was killed. During the police investigation in Lagos State, two suspects were arrested, believed to be assassins who carried out the killing of those two people we mentioned. The suspects' names were Safiu Fatai Fabo and Yusuf Ismaila Bariga. They were arrested during the investigation, and while writing their statement, they implicated a man named Ahmed Tajuddin Akambi, claiming that Ahmed was the one who sent them to kill those two people. The police are saying the investigation was carried out in due process, and the two suspects willingly implicated Ahmed in their confession. And this is where VDM steps in, saying that that is not true, that the man was framed, that those two people did not implicate Ahmed. And I think I remember in one of his videos, he started reading the statements and printouts or write-ups from those suspects where they never said Tajuddin was the one who sent them, claiming that it was the police who forced them to implicate him so that they can get out of it. BDM also went on to say, yeah, Ahmed has been accused of being a political thug involved in land grabbing, but those allegations don't make him guilty of murder. But those allegations, though, kind of, I don't know, in my mind, political thugs and people who are involved in land grabbing are usually attributed to these kinds of things, especially if the people that they killed were people they were having issues with or disputes with as regards the land. But again, it's for the courts to judge. According to VDM, the real injustice is that Ahmed is being falsely linked to two killings he did not commit. He shared videos of the suspects being interviewed by the police, and in the interview, the suspect narrated how they killed the victims and did not mention Ahmed. Another video was eventually shared where, according to VDM, the suspects were made to admit it was Ahmed who sent them, which is different from their original statements. VDM is of the opinion that Fabo and Bariga were repeatedly pressured by the police during the interrogation to say that it was Ahmed who hired them. Now, in another video, VDM pointed out that there is a particular man who seem to have had issues with this Ahmed Tajuddin, and they are saying the man, there's a way VDM explains it in depthly. I would have to just play the video for you all to listen.
I said that you conspired with Bashiru Fakorede to set up and pin murder on Ahmed Tajuddin Akombi. I said that. They now gave a different statement, and that is when they confessed that it was because of torture and because of a man called Bashiru Fakorede that was in that interrogation room, which is not supposed, a civilian in an interrogation room, and he was the one dictating and telling them to mention Ahmed's name. All of this is very, very weighty. We are talking about the credibility of the justice system of Nigeria, and you say you don't want to stoop so low to the level of Verydarkman or very blacklist man, as what you call me, but I don't care.
And I believe that is the guy who somehow played a role in setting Ahmed Tajuddin up, because he and Ahmed were dragging a land or they had a dispute. And they are saying that that man clearly knew the AIG and weaponized this relationship with the AIG to really pin and destroy or just get rid of Ahmed Tajuddin. See, I did not even do justice to this story. I would have to go back and watch all over again, or maybe we'll just play VDM videos for us to just get it. But you all, it's a lot. This is the baseline of the story. There is more coming out. Like, I don't even know what to say. BDM was invited to come to the police station in Lagos by a cybercrime committee, department. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is, I guess if they're inviting him over, it's not even about the case. If the cybercrime department of police are the ones inviting him over, and I think that is about what he's doing online. Because at the end of the day, I don't think the process VDM is going with or going by is the legal process. So that's the thing. There are processes to these things. He might have a point or he might have a case, but the way he went by it is what I think the police would want to target and most likely use against him. But VDM refuses to honor this invitation. He turned it down. We all saw the video. He said that no, that he would rather meet a senior officer, because the AIG is Assistant Inspector General, while there is an IG, Inspector General, who he believes should be the one looking at this case and these claims. But VDM has put out that he needs an independent panel set up for his claim only. He does not want the police or detective to investigate it. He wants an independent panel set up where he will be included and he would give his evidence. Wow. Here is my thing. Here is my thoughts. If VDM has a point or a claim. Which, by the way, this reminds me of the Otokoto money ritual story that we covered on our recently, where we said that statements formulated to statements given to manipulate the case. But by the way, you can go to our YouTube to see it. However, for VDM to come out like this, for VDM to step out like this with this claim on multiple videos, not backing down, I don't know. With what he has presented, it's believable that he does have a case against the AIG. It's believable that his claims carry weight. But here is what I am surprised, and this is something I know I'm certain. If those two suspects claim that they were forced to make, that's all. Those two suspects are the only things that we need to know. All they have to do is come out and say we were tortured, we were beaten, and we're forced to say Ahmed sent us. Then that is all. We don't need anything else. So VDM, I don't know how you're going to play this game, but get those two witnesses. Get them and put them in witness protection. Because if anybody else get to them and hospitalize them, then your case weakens. Those two people who are those two suspects arrested that you say that they were forced to accuse Ahmed, you need them. Keep them safe. Keep them where by the time it comes out that the panel is set up and everybody's listening to the cases and your evidence, those two witnesses will be key to your case. Just my thoughts. Because right now, if I was in a high position and somebody's accusing me of this kinds of thing, even if I did not do it and I'm seeing that the evidence are strong against me, I will play my cards. That's the thing. Something in a case like this, I don't imagine the AIG is gonna just sit down there and let VDM do this. He's gonna fight back. That's the thing. He will fight back. And VDM is looking relentless. He's not going to stop. Oh, Lord have mercy. See, VDM, I like VDM. I love how bold he is. He's doing the things that nobody can do. Let's face it, even if I got this information that this was all set up, there's nothing I can do. I don't have that power. I don't have the office. I don't have the cartel behind me. But VDM does have that backing, and I think that is his motivation. But we need to be reminded that VDM is somebody who has worked solo without the backing of a whole cartel. VDM is somebody who has gone for bigger people by himself. So we know what he's capable of by himself. But now that he has a whole army behind him, he's going for the gullet. He is bold. And I really hope he does have the backings. And not just the people, the cartel, I mean sponsors and powerful people in positions who will use their power should anything happen. But then again, my thoughts with the Lagos State Police inviting VDM is, come on now, come on. Unless maybe it's just part of their strategy, because that's the thing. If police invite you, you honor it. It's just what it is. And if you don't, it's a process. I'm sure they predict that he would not, so they can follow it up. See, that's the thing. Let me tell you something. The most dangerous people in any country are people who know the law and who follow the processes. You can be doing something right, but the fact that you're not following the processes, that is going to backfire. And I think that is where they may get VDM. The processes. VDM is rash. VDM is on the go. VDM, I'm sure he did not even consult with his lawyer. VDM is ready to fire. VDM is like Cersei Lannister. They will flip the table. They don't care about the rules, the laws. They are going for war. Spray bullets. Everybody go collect. And I don't know, and I hope it doesn't work against him, because that's the only thing that may. How I wish everyone can follow this case, because I am hooked. I am interested. I want to see how this is going to end. I am not even on anyone's side, because like I said, if VDM is right, AIG, this is not going to be good. It's going down. People don't understand. The entire police is going to be there's going to be a whole reform. If it's true that the AIG played a role in manipulating, beating, all of these things VDM is accusing him of doing, if it's true, then I'll be heartbroken. I'll be hurt. The next time I see a police officer calling me, I'll panic. It's not as if we don't know they do this thing, but we hope it's not the case. Imagine how many people would have suffered like this, but there was no VDM to speak up and fight for them outside. If indeed VDM is right and this Ahmed Tajuddin clearly is being framed by the AIG, it's one thing to be framed by the detective. It's one thing to be framed by a regular police officer, but to be framed by the AIG, nah. I would assume the AIG would be too busy to even be checking these things. Why would the AIG be so particular? Which is quite interesting though, because I know I heard something. I don't want to even say it, but it does not matter. I did hear something that, there are rumors that the AIG in question is actually very particular in the cases that comes to his station per se, if that's correct. Like he's always actively involved in these cases. So that's a rumor that has spread, that he has a way of, and that should sound like a good thing though, if you ask me. I'm like, if the AIG is actively involved, then that is a good thing. So it keeps everybody in check, so nobody manipulates and nobody sets anybody up. But on that same note and on that same claim, then if he's actively involved, it might mean that this claim VDM has also holds a little bit of water, because I would picture he'll be too busy to even focus on this case. Isn't his job just to sign paper? There should be commissioners, there should be lower people. I'm sure there are so many levels of people below him that could professionally handle these cases, these murder cases. I don't think he needs to be very involved. But if it's true that he's actively involved in a lot of the cases to the lowest level, then I guess this is in line with the fact, with the claims that VDM is making, that he took part, because VDM also said that they were accusing him of torturing the people directly, which I'm like, why is the AIG going to torture suspects? If anybody wants to torture suspects, it shouldn't be him. Some suspect even died in custody, which is this case is a showdown. It's a bloody showdown, and there is only one way out of it. One person will fall. VDM, please. If VDM was my brother, I would have died from a heart attack, because God have mercy. We need to pray for him. We need to really stand by him. I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but the AIG is in a higher position of power, in my opinion. So he is the one that needs the backing of the people. If he's wrong, fine. He will pay an answer for it. But at the same time, we need to see this through with him. We need to see him go through with it. We need to know what the real truth is. This is one allegation. This is one scandal that, God have mercy. If I was the AIG of police, if I was an AIG and somebody accuses me, like, I rather my nudes leak, let my sex tape leak instead, because being accused of murder and framing somebody is bad. It doesn't just strip you off your rank or your offices. You're going to prison for it. It's a whole criminal activity in its sense. Hey, and if VDM is wrong, which is hard because he seems to have evidence, so even if they find that his evidence is not sufficient, he may not go down for anything, because again, he had evidence that made sense. If they are not just sufficient by whoever the panel is, doesn't mean he will go down. However, the AIG can sue. In my opinion, just my thoughts. VDM. VDM is actively making history, and we are just witnessing it. This is something that people will talk about years to come. This is a moment in history. This is the fella of our time, not musically, obviously, but politically in a way. It's a different generation, so it entails different energy towards the people in power.